Luck is unpredictable and random, but how can one person wind up with both legs stuck in one pant leg and brushing their teeth with shaving cream when someone else can take a black cat out for a walk on Friday the 13th and receive the favor of Lady Luck herself? You would have never believed it had it not been caught on camera. Today we have assembled a collection of 30 moments where people had incredible luck just for you. Be sure to watch this video to the end. We promise it'll be worth your time. What is that? Phenomenal luck or an ad for brake pads? Kids, learn the rules of the road and follow this dog's example. Only cross the road at crosswalks. These are either the tiniest guards I've ever seen or the unluckiest robbers. Just look at how Leo Prinsloo masterfully and most importantly, calmly and collectedly coped with this extreme situation. Was it pure luck, or did the former South African police sniper's excellent training keep him out of the line of fire? By the way, the Toyota was simultaneously fired upon from two vehicles. You can argue whether the tree pruner was really lucky in this case, but mind you, his legs and arms are still intact despite the flight path of the saw, and he did not fall on the fence.
Holy!
Makes you thirsty, huh? Jackpot! He's got 3 for 1.
Oh, yes!
That was amazing.
That's one way to cut your own ice. This photography lover has fantastic reflexes. I'm actually jealous. Some people are useless at dodgeball, and this volleyball player would definitely have given that plane a kiss. This video is definitely not for the faint of heart. I can't even imagine what sane person would ever want to walk across such an attraction. The loop-de-loop of a roller coaster is like a child's swing compared to this 500-foot bridge in China. The purpose of the attraction is to step carefully from one crossbar to another. Now tell me, is there anything wrong with that? Especially considering the safety rope. This guy was extraordinarily lucky. He managed to stay in the bridge thanks to the safety rope. But how do you like it when the safety cable just falls off the harness? It's just phenomenal luck that the guy was passing over the last jump when this happened. Watch out for skidding. This driver, no matter how you slice it, was very lucky, and he wound up perfectly parking that Jeep. Now that's a professional surfer. He was even able to ride out that wave on his rear end. That said, as you can see, luck also had a part to play. Judging by his reaction to his successful shot, this correspondent had hardly even touched a basketball before this segment.
Did that really go in?
That said, I'm sure he's going to go out for the NBA after this. On special certain occasions, fans can also get lucky.
There's a picture for the morning papers.
Just look at the joy in that fan's face. His idol fell right into his arms. Now, if he'd only ease up on his grip a little. Athletes can delight us in more ways than just falling into our arms. This incredible luck also brings smiles to fans' faces. This soccer player is clearly having some trouble with his penalty shots, and who told him that changing his mind about which foot to kick with a half a second before the shot was a solid tactical move? Strangely enough, this man plays for the Welsh club Swansea City, and Swansea City plays in the Championship, which is the second most important division in the English Soccer League system. Of course, in this situation, the goalkeeper was fantastically lucky, although look at his reaction. The Department of Health has issued an official warning. Don't ever do this with tires. Only pure luck saved these mechanics from the explosion. How is it possible to step so awkwardly over the rails right in front of a rushing train, but then get yourself together to jump out of the way in a split second? With the magical power of luck, of course. This cyclist was also fantastically lucky. It's really quite simple. Don't break the rules and rush around the gate, otherwise things might end badly for you. Be careful in windy conditions. The weather forecast for today, blustery with a high chance of tree fall. What was that? Was that unbelievable luck? Or is the flash actually real? Sometimes support comes from unexpected places. Either the young athlete shows great promise for Olympic gold, or the coach was just walking by and successfully caught a student. Still, the girl was supernaturally lucky. Knives are not toys, especially if they are falling from the sky. Despite that, you can see that the guy was incredibly lucky. Although judging by his reaction, he didn't even understand what had happened. Fortune does not favor those who do not appreciate her gifts. Sometimes you find videos on the internet that make your hair stand on end. A landslide is a terrible thing. Initially, it looked like misfortune had deigned to bless only the owner of the car recording the video and curse the car driving behind. But how do you like this ending of a video? Of course, the front car got hit with some smaller stones, but a boulder of phenomenal size landed just a few feet from it. Isn't that what we call real luck? Be careful with eagles when they're performing their mating rituals, otherwise you can find yourself in a rather dangerous situation. Fortunately, the parachutist did not lose his cool and pulled the small stabilizing parachute with the entangled bird close to him in time. Luck was clearly on his side. He remained safe and sound. Although in this case, it's hard to say who was luckier, the eagle or the parachutist. I wonder whether this cadet had actually ever held a grenade before this epic moment. Fortunately for him, he had an experienced instructor. Or maybe this is another form of luck. As the saying goes, the harder the training, the easier the mission. And remember, if your hands get sweaty, don't skip on the chalk. Who doesn't love birthdays? More importantly, who doesn't love the highlight of birthdays? And by that I mean birthday cake. This girl is clearly enjoying her birthday surprise, but will she be able to make a wish and blow out her candles? The clumsiness of her friends as they carried that delicious dessert almost ruined the whole day. But what is this? A real friend and part-time superhero hurries to the rescue? Note that he handles the cake so expertly that the candles didn't even go out. You know what they say, it always seems impossible until it's done. What do you think, is this luck or just great reflexes? I look forward to hearing from you in the comments. Two guys walked out of this store and were chatting quietly, not having any idea that a car was rushing towards them at high speed. They didn't even have time to do anything or jump to the side as the car crashed into the wall, literally one step from them. People show who they really are behind the wheel. Have you ever run away from an avalanche? This snowboarder either has nerves of steel or is just incredibly lucky. This guy notices an approaching avalanche after falling over. It would seem that rescue is impossible, but he manages to get up a split second and get to a safe distance. Incredibly, he didn't even get touched. Do you think that sports are all about hard work and daily training? Then what do you think of this finish? This skier wasn't anywhere close to going for gold. But what is this? All three leaders managed to fall right before the finish line, and our hero takes first place. How's that for luck? Is this driver the next Alex Novikov or just a crazy lucky guy? Or maybe he just doesn't want to have the cost of that Porsche coming out of his paycheck. Although it is unlikely that he would have been able to keep his truck from at least hitting it if not for his fantastic luck. On the topic of driver videos, this driver lost control of the car and crashed into a truck. Everything would have been fine if he hadn't careened into a gas station. How intense is that? Pure luck helped the man save not only the gas pump he was holding, but his entire body as well. Remember the video from before with the devoted friend who caught a cake with the candle still lit? It turns out that not all friends can be so supportive. Maybe these people wanted to play a trick on the pool owner, or they just needed to quickly drain the water. Either way, this guy was clearly not in the mood for their antics. Fortunately, everything turned out all right. And finally, we have an epic fight between two would-be MMA stars, Tyler Bryan and Sean Parker. It turns out that luck is not something everyone can control, and this is only 8 seconds into the fight. Imagine if you had purchased a ticket for this fight, set yourself up to root for the fighter after months of anticipation and anxiety, and then the evening ended after just 8 seconds. Write your opinion of this fight in the comments. Like, subscribe to the channel, and do the hardest thing you've ever done, ring the bell.